when Stephen Thompson throws straight punches, John, they get there faster.
What do you mean when? It's mostly what he does.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They get there faster.
Sure, right.
Kevin Holland has no idea how. The one straight punch he threw basically dropped Stephen Thompson. That was the only straight punch he threw. That was it.
That's what shocked Stephen Thompson.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And he let him up off the ground. He was having fun. And then he broke his hand. It looks like something's going on with the hand. Look, let's get into the fight. The fight was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
Not fought very smartly by Kevin Holland, but it was a fun fight. I'm excited for both. Stephen Thompson looked a lot younger this time around than he did his last two fights. He looked phenomenal this fight.
But why did he look phenomenal?
He was accurate. He was very. I think
multiple reasons.
I think he tightened things up, John. I think he's getting better with age. Fine wine.
He had a bigger cage. Oh, okay. He was able to move, even though, and look, Kevin Holland was pushing pushing to get towards him and stuff, and that extra space gives him the ability to move, where he wasn't able to move in that 25-foot cage in the same way, and they could trap him more. It made a difference in his fighting approach and his fighting style. It's more space.
You know what's funny is that I read the comments, John, after we dropped this podcast, the midweek show, and everyone's like, "Man, John's lost off his rocker." Da da da. Like Josh, I gotta agree with you, man. Kevin Holland's gonna starch him. Stephen Thompson's getting slow. I was feeling good about myself. Then I remembered I was reading the comments. I was like, "Son of a bitch!"
This is why I don't read the comments.
This is why I shouldn't fucking. I was gassing myself up. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck John, man. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, believe me."
The one, and this is, I don't know how many times that I've said it. I love Kevin Holland as a fighter, and even after this one, even though, just like you're saying, I love Kevin Holland as a fighter. He is fun. But God damn it, son, it is a fight, and it's important that you win. And you had the ability to possibly do that. And I'm listening to his corner, I'm listening to his coach, and they're saying the right thing. Son, this is an MMA fight. It is. I'm all about you guys going out there and it looks good to let him up, but it's not giving you the best opportunity to come out of this with a victory. And the one thing that really surprised me out of the whole thing, Josh, when I look at it is, God bless Kevin, man. He doesn't give a shit about that payday because he got half his pay in that, as far as he didn't get that win bonus at the end that Stephen Thompson was able to pick up. And it's because fight IQ wise, I mean, his coach is right. When you hit the ground, don't let him up.
Yeah. And
I thought that was a big mistake of his in the fight. It really made a difference in the fight.
John, he made a lot of money his last fight against Chimaev. He got paid pretty well.
I know.
And I thought I had noticed that he was getting away from that up until the Chimaev fight when he made a lot of money. And then he went back to that a little bit this fight. I'm hoping this opens his eyes because he's got talent. He's got pretty good cardio.
God damn, he's got a chin.
He's got a chin. He took some headshots, head kicks, spinning heel kicks. He took everything. He needs to find something mentally in him to get him to stay focused enough just to get the win. And he'll have a lot longer of a career is one thing. Because look, had he kept the fight on the ground probably in the first round or second round, whenever they kind of got in a scuffle there and they went to the ground, that could have changed the way the whole fight started going.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he was going to finish him.
No, absolutely not.
But it could have changed the course of the fight.
Yeah. Absolutely. When you watch, and I'm going to go back to soccer. When you watch soccer, right? When I watched the U.S. team this morning, they go down by 1 goal after having 2 opportunities to score, and you could see there was a little deflation in them. And then they started coming back towards the end of the first half with literally 10 seconds left. I don't even know if it was that much. Netherlands score again, and they just went into halftime feeling depleted. With this guy, you got to just slow Stephen Thompson down, threaten a takedown here and there. He was doing kind of pretty good in the clinch at moments, but then he kept breaking away. I'm like, you're winning some of the elbows and the knees, and he was dirty boxing him. I know he doesn't normally fight that way, and someone murdered me in the comments also saying, "Oh yeah, you're saying Kevin Holland's going to fight the way he never fights." No, I was suggesting that's the way he should fight. And if he did fight that way, it kind of would have worked out for him because he was hanging on him. He was elbowing him. He's taller than him. He's longer than him. His elbows were clean. He was doing a good job in those positions, but he got away from it. He got into the whole, like, okay, let me be a showman. And I don't know if he's making half. He may not be making half, but majority of fighters are making half and half for their pay. If he's not making half, then more power to him. But if he is, you just cost yourself, I don't know if it was 80 grand, 100 grand. I don't know what it was. But you cost yourself some money, buddy. And it's just not worth it. It's not.
No, and what's not worth it is like we're talking about. Look, he's got a chin, man. He took Josh. You just watching him get kicked to the body, get kicked to the arm. You know what it's like when you get kicked to the arm. I've had it where my arm has gone dead. You can't feel it after you blocked a kick, and you can't feel your hand opening or closing. It's like there's no freaking. It's like it's a dead piece of meat on you. And you know that's what he's feeling because you could hear it in the kicks. That's all damage. Yeah. And it's all damage that, it starts to accrue on you and stuff. And some of the headshots, man, he was blocking that kick just with the one hand. It may have been how his hand got broken because he's not bringing the other hand over to help absorb some of that power out of that, slow that thing down, make it to where he's not getting hit. And no matter what, his brain is still getting rattled. And you saw him get rattled, even though his hand got up there to block the kick. Your brain's still absorbing the shock of that kick. It's a heavy weapon, man. And there were times you look and you go, God damn, he is unbelievably tough as far as being able to take damage. But you can only take so much. And it finally, there came that point. It came to the point where that's too much, and now everything is falling apart, and that's what happened in the fight.
Yep.
100% agree.